Taurus, October. Okay, Taurus, you have this planet Uranus, the wow, anything's possible, new ideas, new people, out of the box kind of thinking. The planet Uranus in your sign, Taurus. It's been there for a little bit. It's getting to 26 degrees, so it won't be too much longer. But there's an intensity there. Okay, so unexpected things, let's envision them as positive things. Now, you have a trine going on with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, because Capricorn's an earth sign. You're an earth sign, Taurus, so you're trining, especially you later degrees, Taurus. So you Tauruses, you like, is that May Tauruses? Yeah, you May Tauruses, you're closer to Pluto. Okay. So Pluto finishing up its time in Capricorn, a lot of change, but it's trining you. So it's wants to show you where you need to be and where you don't need to be. Okay. So sometimes things can come out of the blue, Uranus, unexpected, but sometimes they're kind of pushing us in the direction of where we need to be. Okay. Now, this month, when the sun moves into the sign of Scorpio, you're going to have an opposition with the sun in Scorpio, right? Because Scorpio's across from you, Taurus. Taurus, you rule anything of value, and you rule money and all those beautiful things like relationships and all of those things of value. And Scorpio rules other people's money and combined monies. It's a sign across from you, okay? Transformation, change. So the sun going into the sign of Scorpio on October 22nd will cause this opposition. So an opposition is where one side wants one thing, one side wants the other. So we have to take both into account. Okay. Mercury will be in the sign of Scorpio from October 13th to November 2nd. So you'll have an opposition with this psychic placement of Mercury, the planet of communication. Then you'll have an opposition with Venus until October 17th when it moves into the sign of Sagittarius. Okay. So Venus, Mercury, and the sun are all going to be opposite you. Well, I guess Venus will have moved into Sag by that time. But anyways, there's still a lot of things opposite you, okay? So you're going to need to hear other people, Mercury. You're going to need to take a look at what Venus wants from you because it's your ruling planet and it's going to be opposite you. Okay, so there may be some things about money coming up. There may be some things about like budgeting or sharing monies, or maybe you're in a new relationship and you're trying to decide how monies work. Okay, those are the themes that are going to be coming up for you. But I do think the trine with Pluto is going to be a helpful thing to kind of steer you in the right direction. Okay, and Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio. One of the ruling planets, also Mars. So you're going to have a little help there. Okay. So let's see, Taurus, what you need to know this month ahead. I did a little pre-reading. And these are the cards that I got in the pre-reading. But the Queen of Imps here from the Halloween Tarot. And the Queen of Imps would traditionally be the Queen of Wands. Okay. Now, she is a dynamic fire queen. She is, I often think of her as a Sagittarius queen, which kind of gives me some vibes that things are going to lighten up a little bit for you come when Venus moves into Sagittarius on October 17th. Okay. So you've got this really nice energy of the Queen of Wands. I really do love the Queen of Wands, and I often feel very connected to her. I like how she's receiving her sunflower. She's sitting there in all her glory. She's wearing purple that's very royal. Okay. Now, let's see what else we've got here for you. We've got the 10 of Wands here from the Black Cats Tarot. And this is a really cool version of the 10 of Wands. It's like he pulled the light on and now he can see all the crystals, right? It almost looks like there's cats in those crystals over there. So there's illumination here. There's visibility. You've got two fire cards there. And it looks like a cave that he's standing in. And that feels very Scorpio to me, right? Because Scorpio rules anything in the earth. So it actually does rule crystals and stones and all that, along with like oil and all the resources, right? That's very Scorpio. So even though this is a 10 of fire, it really gives me Scorpio vibes. And it gives me ideas that you're going to be able to see more clearly. A 10 of wands is often when there's a lot of burden or a lot of things, a lot of overstimulation. But here there's enlightenment, okay? And it's next to the queen of fire, who often is considered a Sagittarius queen. And Sagittarius likes to learn and know and understand and see the bigger picture. So there's visibility here. Okay. And then you've got the page of wands here from the Dark Mansions Tarot. Page is young energy and wands is fire, right? So you got fire right across, all fire. So kind of implying to me like, yeah, get through this watery month. Okay. Taurus, you're pretty grounded and earthy and pretty clear thinking usually. That's how I see you, Taurus. And yeah, you can be a little stubborn, but other than that, you're pretty grounded. Now, it's going to be a super watery month, super emotional. And I don't know how much tolerance you have for that. All right. So what I'm seeing here is fire across the board. So fire might be a good element for you to bring into your life. Maybe you light some candles. Maybe you use some cinnamon oil. Maybe you use a little spice. Okay. Also shows me that things are going to pick up a little more speed for you when we get into more fiery planets, which would be in November when we have more Sagittarius energy. Just a little later in the month when Venus actually enters Sagittarius on the 17th. Okay. All right, so this is your pre-reading. Now, let's do a live reading and let's see what you need to know here for the month of October. Very, like I said, very watery, emotional month of October. And let's see. This is a live reading, okay? I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. So we're starting off here. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. This would be you, Taurus, the Knight of Pentacles. Questing after what you want, but moving, it's like moves very slowly. Okay. Very slowly. Why does the horse look so skinny? Kind of very, very simply. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Now we've got the Seven of Swords here. Looks like there's some forward movement. Like you finally arrived and you're crossing this bridge into new territory. Okay. So it almost looks like something that you've been waiting for to arrive. Or maybe you've been living simply, or now you're here. You've arrived. Okay. Now we've got, ooh, look at this one from the Black Cat's Tarot. This is the World card in the Black Cat's Tarot. What a cool one. So he's really transforming. Okay. Really transforming. So something big is changing for you. All right. And, you know, trying to think here. Pluto, Capricorn. All right, let's see what else we've got here. 10 of Pumpkins. What is pumpkins here? I have a little cheat sheet. Pumpkins is pentacles. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles. Look at all these jack-o'-lanterns. Looks like he's pulling the string over here. It looks like he's trying to hit the pumpkin. Okay, but this guy's moving it. Okay, what I forgot that. Pin a tail on donkey or something. I don't know. That kind of energy, right? There's some kind of game being played here. And he almost is like maybe he's missing it. 10 of Pumpkins, 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. So you got pentacles on each side. It's like there's this game. I'm just going to pull a clarifying card on that. The High Priestess, which is a 2. She's the divine feminine. This almost looks like having fun on Halloween, really tending to the kids, making sure they're having a good time. Okay, this is about being in relationship with others. Okay, so there's something transforming here. Something you've been waiting for is finally arriving. You're changing. And I just got to pull one more because I can't tell if this is like just having fun with family or if this is like love arriving. 7 of Pentacles, something you've been waiting for. And what is this card about? The 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So we got 2 2s. He's riding a unicycle there. So it looks like he's been like juggling these pentacles here by himself, trying not to fall off the cliff. kind of get the feeling they've been alone for a while, or you've been waiting for someone to arrive. And I kind of get the feeling things are starting to change there, that you're going to start to see someone arriving. Here's the Four of Cups. And they look like they're tired of waiting, but this cup of satisfaction is being handed in the background. Also, the windows look really icy, so it looks like it's coming in colder season. Okay. So the vibe I get from this is like kind of have fun right now, right? They're playing games here. There's kind of some games like just kind of having fun on the little unicycle. You've been waiting for something for a while, partnership, and it's showing up. Okay. So don't get too down thinking that it's not showing up, because it is. Okay. Let me just see. When is it showing up? Oh, look at the little Two of Cups. That looks more like spring. Okay. So something is coming. And it looks like it's something you have been waiting for a while, or it may even be that you're like, you go on a trip or something and you meet someone. Okay. So there's a relationship there for you. I like to see that. And Two of Cups is, the High Priestess is also Two of Water. Okay. So let me just see. Is this like spring, or is this like the wateriness of the season now? So is this spring? Strength card. Is this the watery season of now? The Hanged Man, which is water. Okay. So I don't think it's spring. I think it's sooner. I think it could be now, because we're in such depths of water as we move into Scorpio season. All right. All right. So that's encouraging there. Now let's pull some cards for week by week. I'm going to go with 4 weeks in the month of October. And let's see what you need to know, Taurus. I'm using these Everyday Witch minis. So for week 1, we have the Six of Cups. That is a beautiful card of nostalgia. There's a gift being given. There's flowers being given. Okay. That's pretty sweet. Week 2, Three of Pentacles, kind of like a classroom situation, collaborating with others. Week 3, Death card, Scorpio energy. Okay. There's a new door opening. They're cutting some cords. Please listen to the month ahead of October video, because it talks a lot about the power of Scorpio season, the power of transformational energy that is available this month. Now, it's like Scorpio season is always transformational energy, but this month of October is just like crazy opportunities for huge growth, but it requires letting go of some things. And a lot of it was the way you speak to yourself. Okay. So that new door is opening, but it's requiring you to cut this cord. Okay. It's interesting that there was this cord over here too with these pumpkins, these games that were being played. Okay. So please heads up if there are games that are being played that needs to end now. There's a transformation happening. Both these cards that this Death card is underneath, he's crossing a bridge into new territory, and there's a transformation of shedding the old and moving into the new. This is a very positive card of change. Okay. So don't be scared of that Death card. That's a great card to show up right there. Okay. So yeah, and I think that Death card is going to come in around that full moon, the full blood moon, and Aries full blood moon, ready for a new version of you to emerge. Week 4, Four of Wands. There's a little celebration going on there. Okay. So make sure to celebrate your successes. Also, this may be when you meet somebody. This looks like they're at a wedding or something. Okay. So make sure if you get some invites to things towards the end of October, maybe even a Halloween party, that if it feels good to you, that you go, because it looks like there's some partnership there if you're looking for that. Okay. Now let's do, what are we doing here? We're going to move some of these cards to the side. And we are going to go in and work with this calendar, because it seems that some of you viewers like these charms. And I really appreciate when you comment and you tell me what you like or you don't like. I really need to know. I find it really helpful. So please do. Okay, I've got this big bowl of charms here. And I'm just going to toss them around, and I'm just going to throw some down onto this calendar, and we're just going to see where they randomly go. I'll clean up the rest later. Okay. So We got a bunch of stuff that kind of landed up at the top where it says October. So we got a little like toad with a crown. Okay, so like a prince. This charm has a city on it, it looks like. And I can't really read what it says. It looks like it's some saint. Bugorje. H, with an H in front of it. But it looks like it has a city behind it. Okay. And you've got a dog up here. And this is looks like maybe a bottle of wine with 2 glasses. So it's nice to see 2 because it's coupling. There's loyalty. There's a smiley face. There's a turtle and a quartz. Amplifies, charges up. Okay. All right. So that's kind of all up on the top there. Then on the 30th of September, we have this heart shape, and it looks like it's Mary, Virgin Mary. There on the 30th, the mother energy. On the 4th, we have the letter L. And another, you have a lot of religious figurines here. Bought up some charms at some antique show. All right. Now on the 9th, there's a house and there's a sword. Now, let's be careful not to, let's be careful with some feisty energy this month, because we know that with that Aries full moon, there's a lot of spiciness and things can get really heated. And let's be careful, especially with our words and especially with our family, words with our family, because swords is really the air element in tarot. And it has to do with communication. Okay. And then it kind of shows us this building here, which feels like a home, might actually have a little bit of church vibes to it. But so just watch your words. Okay. And kind of almost about maybe your religious beliefs a little bit too. Because like, here's a cross. Is that a cross or is that a sword? It's another sword. The 10th. Okay. So you want to be really careful with how you're speaking, what you're saying, especially there on the 9th and 10th. And I'm peeking back at my forecast for the 9th and 10th. And the 9th, we said kindness to yourself helps with all the changes, and then 10th show up in your relationships. Okay, but the theme was about how you speak to yourself. So please be careful about how you speak to yourself and follow the instructions that were in the month ahead reading. Now on the 13th, you have a piano. So hopefully you'll hear some good music on the 13th. The 14th, you have a U.S. flag. Now it looks like not a lot of activity here until we get over here. And I can't tell if this is on the 21st or the 28th, but it looks to me like you have the letter D, D2 on the 21st. The 28th, we have some dog tags, okay? And you had a dog up at the top too. And the 29th is the word held. Interesting. Held on the 29th. So dog tags, which like kind of claims what's yours, right? Claims your dog if it ever gets lost. And the word held on October 29th, where we have the moon in Virgo. And I wrote down on the 29th, while the moon is in the relationship sign of Libra, take a look at how you are showing up in your relationship. All right. So make sure that you are kind of held accountable, or maybe you just need to hold your partner a little bit. Okay. There's the word held. Okay. And you got a little man over here. Looks like he's a police officer, or he's controlling traffic. Okay, I kind of came over here on the side. So he's kind of instructing you to slow down, stop, right? And with this Aries full moon this month, we do need to slow down. And we do know there's a lot of emotions this month. You have a couple Mother Marys, so it kind of has mom vibes to it. So keep that in mind this month. Okay, I'm going to roll you some dice, give you some dates. And I'm realizing I didn't give you any oracle cards, so I'm going to give you a couple oracle cards. And then we'll roll some dice. So I have the Everyday Witch Oracle, working with this little Divine Doors Oracle, and the Beloved Dead by Carrie Paris. Okay, so let's see what your oracles are. You've got Gratitude and Thanks. Can never go wrong with that. That almost like feels like a Taurus picture with all these flowers, and like she's like Mother Nature. You got a lot of mother vibes, right? So it could be Mother Nature. And be grateful, gratitude, and thanks. Okay. And interesting. All right. Your divine doors. Here's your door that showed up. And it almost looks like the door that would be the door to this little house cathedral there. Okay. And it says, a stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. A stranger's grace. Okay, your door. And your oracle is play. Look at that. A rocking horse, play. Okay, so you've got gratitude and thanks, playfulness. We saw some playfulness in there with the pumpkin card earlier. So don't forget the play, the gratitude, and the thanks. All right, let's roll some dice for you. And you roll Taurus, Sun, Taurus, 10th house. Okay, so Sun in Taurus in the 10th house. 10th house is Capricorn's house. Earth house ruled by Saturn, has to do with long-term success. It has to do with the foundation of your life. It has to do with your career. Okay. And so the sun shining, so there's clarity, visibility. Taurus has themes of money, value in the 10th house of your career. Okay. So some good solid energy there, Taurus. And it looks like to me there's going to be some visibility. You may even have a better understanding of yourself this month. Also, it feels like there could be some relationships showing up. It's asking you to play along with the Page of Wands here too that was playing. Oh, interesting. I didn't notice over here this huge boxing glove fell out and it landed over here in front of this 10 of Wands. So maybe you've been fighting with somebody, or maybe like it's almost like fighting with somebody you don't even know who it is, like almost like like arguing with people on the internet and then you find out who it is. Okay, and so there's this punching glove. So make sure that you we talked about how Aries energy this month, Aries full moon, square Mars, it's kind of easy to get into fights. But you got to choose wisely. You're going to get a little bit of clarity so that you can understand the bigger picture more, but you don't want to get into it. All right. Keep it light, stay in gratitude and playfulness, and you will have a fantastic month, Taurus. Let me give you some dates here. So outside of the charms that fell, you did roll Taurus and the sun, which is associated with Leo. And we have the moon in the sign of Taurus. Let's see, on the 18th, but is there anything before that? Well, you rolled the 10th house, which is Capricorn. So we have Capricorn, the moon in Capricorn starting on Wednesday the 9th. That was where you had this house or church and the sword, okay? So a lot of activity for you on Wednesday the 9th. And this is a power day for you, Wednesday the 9th through the 10th into the 11th until about lunchtime. Okay. Then we roll Taurus and Leo. The moon will be in the sign of Taurus right after the full moon on Wednesday, the 17th. So right around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, the 17th through the 18th and into the 19th until 4:07 p.m. Power times for you, Taurus. And also you get the bonus of when the moon is in Leo, which will start at 1:24 a.m. on Thursday, the 24th through the 25th and the 26th until 11:47 a.m. Have a fabulous, fabulous month, Taurus.